Let's see. And this Nalia, I need my earpiece. I need my earpiece. Mm-hmm. Hey everybody. Hi everybody. Hi everybody. Hi everybody. Hi everybody. Yeah, that. Does it have it in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Um Connected. Hold on one second. Hold on a second. Nadia. 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 Um Nadia. Where's my phone? Because I have to disconnect my phone.
Where's your phone at?
Can you look for my phone?
Yeah,
You have to disconnect my phone because that's why I cannot connect to my thingy.
Yeah, but where was your phone at?
How about you call my phone? That's exactly what I'm saying. Because I'm still connected to it.
You can hear it in your ear?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Where did you have your phone last?
Wait, can you hear me now? I cannot believe it. Y'all can hear me now. Do you know what? All this time I was muted. I can hear myself. Seriously, I can hear myself. What I was saying though, I hate this so much. I hate this. What I was saying was, it does not matter who you are. Why am I hearing an echo? I don't know why I hear some echo, and I'm not appreciative of it. But shit. Mimi, come on over here, Mimi. Come on over here. Talk to me. Listen, we are talking about all things that you love. Shit, I hear this. I hear this. Y'all can hear me now. Do you hear any sound? Any? Okay. Um. Okay. Come over here. Listen, I already shared my. This is the Go up there and see the link. We're gonna talk about all things Rich Love Reunion, you guys. We're gonna be talking about. Hold on one second. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna be talking about. Okay. Okay. This is all things we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about loose tooth. Okay. I did not know that he was living with his mama. We're gonna talk about him. You know, he's a handsome guy. He's a handsome guy, you guys. Um, she sure did. She sure did call that guy. She said, you know what? If I stayed, I saw Chaz as my connection. Chaz says he's no longer in the picture. Was before the storm. Before the storm, you guys. Before the storm. And then it happened. Okay? And when are we gonna stop with these fake chains? When are we gonna stop that? Okay? When is it gonna stop? Well, you can hear me now, though. You can hear me. You can hear me now. Oh my God. Come on over here, talk to me. Let me know what you're thinking or the feeling about Rich Love. I was hoping to have my friends. Wait a minute. Um, I get to, it depends on how I'm gonna run my show. Hey, yes, that's better. That's better. I get to see the comments. I get to see what people are saying. It is your girl, Wonderful Mama. Listen, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I feel like the first part of the reunion, there was no substance, zero substance. Um, we had, we had, we had her. Am I allowed to share my screen? Hold on, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen, you guys. Wait, present. Share the screen. into my email with the pictures. This was before the storm. Okay. And I feel some type of way about her. Okay. She did not know. The eyes. You know what? I like the confessional booths. That's something new. That's something new in this reunion. That was something new in this reunion. It was until she felt like nobody is on her side. Come on now. Come on. Wait a minute. She's like Will over there with his. Look at Will. Look at how scared Will is. Like, sis, don't give in the worst of you. She's like, I don't care. I'm gonna let them know who they're dealing with. How about they know who they're dealing with? This was before the storm, and then the storm happened. Okay, all right. Before the storm, okay, before the storm, and then the storm happened. She's like, don't play with me like that. Sis, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I am with you on that. 100%. 100%. I feel like she was gaslighted. I feel like she did not, have anybody on her side, you guys. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay? I just did. Why are you not saying this? The link is on the chat. Hold on once again. Here's the link. Dun 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 dun. Dun da dun 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 da ah 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 ah. Hey, baby girl.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good. I don't know. I could not come on. I was
I
trying to
don't
get
know
the
why.
link. I don't know. So I said, let me ask her to drop it again. But
What are your thoughts on this stupid shit?
mm, it was wild. It was real
Mm-hmm.
wild. Um, I don't know. It just left. It was jaw dropping.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't even know where we're gonna start with this. It
I
was
feel
just.
like I feel like Alexis was provoked or was triggered in some type of way,
Mm,
and I feel like she did not have anybody on her side. Like everybody was attacking her, right? Like
mm.
this one and this, and then she had to fight and fight and fight. Um, I don't know. That's what I felt. I mean, like she's so small, she cannot fight anybody over there, but
Yeah.
she did not have anybody. Now the guy with the fake chains is not gonna help me. You know what I mean?
Will tried to calm her down, but he couldn't calm her down.
Okay.
I know she's one of those people where when she gets fired up and she's mad and she's
She's
angry,
already. Mhm.
you can't really calm her down. I mean,
Right.
the best way to probably,
Come on, Sean. Come over here,
I don't
Sean.
know. It takes a special person to do that. You know, you got to know what you're doing when you're dealing with people like that.
Hmm.
And he was not one of those people.
I don't know. Was there anybody who'd have even helped her to calm down though?
Mm, I I don't know. From the looks of it, no. On the show, nobody's on that was on the show.
Well, somebody told me that they give you like a few videos, like this is what we're gonna be talking about at the reunion. So you already hit it up, right? You already know who you're dealing with, and so she already knew who she was dealing with. So it
Right.
wasn't, you know what I mean? So she
Mhm.
was over there prepared to bring down anybody who was on her side, and I unfortunately I did not see anybody who was on her side apart from Will with his fake ass chains.
Mm. Yeah,
So,
she was on 10. It the way it was done, it did look like she was ganged up on. It was like, I don't know. I think it could have been handled a little bit better than it was. It was giving plan sabotage. It just, I don't know. It was really, um she didn't know what she was in for. It was like Daniel in the lion's den.
don't bring don't bring my Jesus. Don't bring my
Right.
Jesus in that
I mean,
situation.
well,
Oh,
Daniel
that's
is not Jesus, but I'm just giving a scenario, with the lions, and she just was, this little poor little thing, and she had a big heart, and she was trying to say things with her chest, and it just wasn't working out for her. It,
hmm
it wasn't working
I,
out for little mama.
I now we have Sean over here.
Hey, Sean.
I don't agree with the situation. Like, you know what? Or this is a female, and so we should handle this female in some certain way. If this female is giving me some type of energy, then I should be responding with this kind of energy. It's not gonna be because when there was a situation between Will and Mika, if somebody was screaming, "Oh, that's a lady! Don't talk to the lady like that." No, if you're giving me this kind of energy, I can respond to this kind of energy. Sean,
So you saying it's even exchange if it's a
it is
male or
even.
female?
Yes, yes, it is what it is.
Mm.
Sean,
What's that?
Come on, Sean.
What's your question?
do you
What's your
think
question?
that do you think that there has to be some kind of, is a female who is responding to this kind of a situation, so that you're gonna handle them because they are female, or is it that the energy, I'm gonna respond to this kind of energy. I don't care whether you're gay, lesbian, male, female. I'm responding to this kind of energy.
Well, I mean, I think it was kind of like it's crazy for a man to go back and forth with a woman. That's just my way of looking at it. Knowing that if something had happened, if security had not stepped in, probably it would not have turned out too good for her, per se. Not saying that every man can beat every woman, but I'm just saying that the probability of it would not have probably worked in her favor. Number two, I'm assuming you're talking about Alexis, right? Alexis,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. Then number two, she had not a friend among the women in her group. None of the women were friends, and so basically, she probably just felt ganged up on by almost everyone on the panel. You know, she probably would not have had a soul to save her production and security.
And I feel bad about that because she did not have anybody. That's why she was attacking everybody, right?
Yeah.
And she was not a bad person. We never watched her the whole season. She really was not. She never said anything bad about the girls. I just don't understand why nobody came for her. to defense. Nobody protected her, and that's why she was going for everybody, because she was on attack mode. Because
Well,
nobody
one of the
really.
things I think that really upset her. I mean, the narrative that was pushed on the season, like when I think Kushia said that no, can't nobody help it. You built like a little 12-year-old boy, a girl. I mean, and I think this body shaming image, probably a lot of pent up frustration from the way she was um, told that she was not ready to love from Ron, and then the ordeal with Kushia. So all this comes crashing down on her at the reunion and what have you. And I think, that this just has the time to be just spill over. Now, I don't know where they shot the reunion in proximity to those scenes, respectively, what have you, because I understand that they shoot the reunion kind of early, what have you. I mean, I know the reunion was filmed somewhere like October, they said, so who knows how long following in process they were. So I don't know. It's a whole lot to do with. It's a whole lot that's going on behind the scenes. And then, of course, she said she was left to chat from women that she was talking negative about. So I don't know. It's just crazy. Well, good evening, everybody. Please forgive me for not speaking to everyone. How y'all doing?
Hey, you good?
Mimi, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree with Sean. And by the time of the reunion, no, we already know, it's evident, it's clear that she has not a friend on the female side, and it was kind of, that way with the men as well. Well, it wasn't shown that much with the male side of her not, being close with the men, from what I saw. But I don't know, Alexis, I hope I never get that angry and that mad, especially on TV. She's gonna look back at this and gonna be like, oh, that was me. I really was upset. You should not, I can sit back and say you should not, but I'm not that person, and I can't, help or tell someone how they feel in that moment, because that was her real experience. But I don't know, that was a tough situation to be in. But if you read the room, and that these people have it out for you, I think I would, take a step back and strategically
that's you though. That's you though, Mimi. That's you. That's you though. But some people would feel like, what, I want to have to fight for my dignity. I want to let these people know who they're dealing with. I want these people to know that I'm a bad bitch. I'm not going down.
But
right?
This is national TV. You should, be, bring
I'm
that
here for her. I support her. I support her.
I think it really goes back to probably, I mean, I don't know her from a can of paint, as I often say. I think it goes back to childhood issues. When we first introduced her, she was mentioning an illness ever since childhood, and she was a discreet, endearing young lady, what have you, and that brought us into her narrative. But then, as we began to hear the narrative paint about her leaking information from the ladies' lounge to Will and what have you, and then to only see at the reunion last night, she wanted to fight Will. It seemed like she was against Will. I mean, she was against everybody. You can get it, you can get it, you can get it, you can get it, you can get it. No, y'all can get it. What have you? I said, no. How many people you gonna try to take down now? What have you? So I think that comes from a place of probably not being invalidated, not being heard, not being seen, what have you, and somewhere, somehow, probably in the course of her life, that she has lost control. She has lost power over herself, and these things happen to her.
And she's not the only one who has issues. All right.
Yes, a whole lot of them have issues. Yeah.
Because I can deal with that kind of issues. I cannot just deal with fake chains, though.
Mr. Millionaire. I'm a millionaire. Tell
Will.
me
You know what I
slow.
mean?
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I'm not doing that though.
Well, give Will his props now. He
Yeah.
did, apologize and step
He
up and
did. He did.
was trying to be the
He
bigger
did.
person. So I
He
can,
did.
give him his props on that and give him a dap.
Well, not about the chain though. Not about the
But he
chain.
gonna get he
Yeah.
went behind the scenes and basically kind of took it back. He still was, mad about the situation and still threw a little shade. So what was the sense of apologizing?
Well, the thing is, he de-escalated the situation because
Yeah.
it would been it would have been a real, excuse my expression, have been a real shit show had
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
kept going back and forth with her, and then you had the Alexis thing as well. So
Mhm.
all of this would have just rolled over, and we probably would not have had a good reunion to watch.
Right.
If he had just stopped. So I'm glad that he did apologize and just de-escalate the situation.
Because she was
Whether she
ready.
received it
She
or
was
not,
ready to fire.
yeah,
She was like,
oh
I'm
yeah, she was
ready.
ready for it. So
But I was
I
talking to some of the cast members, and they're saying, sometimes they are given a few episodes prior to the reunion, so you already know what you're getting yourself into. You know what I mean? So
and,
I think she's watched
and
some of
then
the
and
things,
then
and she's. Mhm.
and then to going tit for tat. Who is it? Mika said that she said, why is it that the people that were least on the show, the early get eliminated, get
Yeah,
so much to say?
yeah.
So hey, and then of course Alexa saying y'all two got scatterbrain, y'all two one brain, and so on, blah 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 blah. And so now so it's going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and forth and back. That it just becomes crazy, with this whole dynamic piece.
Right.
And I don't know what Will did to her. I don't know, if he did anything.
Will to who? To her, to Mika?
To Alexis, because it seemed like they were going strong at one time. It seemed like that was his woman at one time. I don't know.
She wasn't mad at Will. She was kind of upset that he was trying to stop her, but I don't think she was mad and angry with him.
I don't know. I think she was mad at everybody.
Well, the same thing they say, when somebody gets that upset, you don't stand over top of them, and then you don't put your hands on them. You try to get eye level with the person so that they can see, and then you step in between them and that other person so they won't have a clear line of sight.
Eye level. I would say get eye level with a child, not a grown up.
Now, I guess you don't want to feel like you're throwing your power on this person. I don't know how they perceive it, And my whole philosophy is like this. I never forget. I was teaching at a school, and it was like 10 minutes to 10 before my class started at 10 o'clock. And you always knew when somebody was going to fight because this whole circle formed around. And I said, look, hey, look, no, you're in college now. We're not fighting. We're gonna take that stuff out to the streets if y'all gonna fight anywhere. This is an institution of higher learning. So nevertheless, I went on to my class. It broke up. Went on my class. The next day, 15 minutes into my class, I saw all these folks going outside. They were getting ready to go at it again. And so I said, look, wait a minute, class dismissed. I walked out there. I said, look, what I told you. I told y'all, look, we're an institution of higher learning. We don't start fighting. I said, look, I don't get paid to break up this shit. I said, look, I said, I don't get paid to break up this shit. So look, y'all got to take this stuff elsewhere. You hear me? One thing I learned, never try to hold anybody back, because if that person gets hit, then they're going to turn on you for holding them back, because if you weren't holding me, I would have hit this person, So you're not going to turn on me. And then I'm going to have to make a conscious decision whether to wait for security to get there or have to swing back on you. Because if you come at me as a grown man like you are, then I'm going to have to fight you like a grown man. So I'm not going to be the one to start it, but I don't finish it with you. You know, I ain't always wore the shirt and tie. So, you know, so the idea is you know, that whole piece. And so maybe you're right. Maybe, you know, get down eye level with a child, not with another adult. But I don't know how the psychology would have been to calm her down at that moment. And then, of course, when she said she was just going to leave, I don't know if that would have been the best thing there, because she would not have been in a great headspace to drive on off, because her mind probably would not have been on what she was doing, and boom, she could have had an accident, anything, you know. So a whole lot of things can affect your mind and what have you, in that time of heightened senses, what have heightened anger per se. And so she could have just not had her mind on what she was doing when she was driving. I don't know, but as they say, she got 38 hot with that. So,
what are your thoughts, Erica, on what Sean is saying?
1 second, sorry, this ambulance is going by. Well, I agree that you should. Well, one thing I think when you talk about getting down to someone's level, she was seated. So to have all these men specifically over her, pulling her, is kind of trifling. And then, you know, especially at that point, because she was already going off. And then to me, I feel like, why is everybody pulling on her? And meanwhile, you know, Pillsbury Doughboy is like, oh,
exactly.
Get her out of here. Get her out of here.
Exactly.
Of course, point. Like, to me, I think that just that just set her off even more. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, Alonzo, why don't you go up there and pull LaRon? Why are you over here pulling her? So that was one thing. I think I think two, also, it was all a man coming in there to pull her like she's a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, I guess she didn't have any women on her side, but like maybe if it was a woman to come out and be like, girl, it's okay, or you know, try to, you know.
There were none. There were none.
Yeah, right. So right, that's what I'm saying. Because the woman, because she didn't get along with the women or whatever, they were like, okay, we don't care. And but you know what I'm saying? Like, you're upset. And to be honest with you, too, LaRon was like, what I felt about it was, okay, so Tommy was playing the game. LaRon thought she made the comment. She was like, no, but you are a snake, though. Which, you know, he was. So then for him to be like, yeah, but you've been all over me the whole night, which she had not been. She was cordial, but she wasn't all over him. To me, that
roll out the tips. Where was she all over you?
Yeah, exactly. She wasn't. So to me, I was like, she was about that, set her off, which you know, roly poly would have set me off too. So I think, unfortunately, I think Will was kind of hyping her up until he realized it had gone too far. You know what I mean? Like, she shouldn't have been in anybody's face or anything. You know, she did go too far, but she was definitely sort of poked and stuff. You know what I mean? They definitely came for, especially LaRon. And it's like, LaRon, you got enough of your own mess to worry about. Like, why are you so steady? And then LaRon is so insecure that he was so hurt that she called him a dork. And I'm like, dude, she could have called you a lot worse than that. She was halfway being, you know, that's before she totally flipped out. So I kind of felt for her, because I felt like at that point, she felt like everyone was against her security. Everybody, nobody really had her back. That's what I said. And she just, you know, I mean, it kind of just reminds you of like a trapped animal or something. Like, I kind of felt bad.
That's what I said. And that's exactly what I said. She felt like so alone. Nobody is on her side. She has to attack everybody now, because even the guy with the fake chains who has been,
I mean, he didn't really step in until she was at the door. Dude, where you been?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna step in way later? He should have been stepping in as soon as he saw her snapping off at Justin. That's when he should have been like, baby, I got you. You know, that's when he should have stepped up. But he was probably halfway liking it. and Tommy security,
Okay,
like
just like his
they,
fake ass chains. Just
yeah,
like his
they,
fake ass chains.
yeah.
Go ahead, Erica. Go
No,
ahead.
he should have stepped in earlier. He gonna wait till she at the door. No, they'll win if you. He should have been talking about they'll win way before she made it to the door. Okay, so that's why, and then I think what was interesting too is it turns out that when they showed his segment, she hadn't really even done as much as the ladies had said she'd done. You know what I mean? She didn't even tell everything like they had accused her and stuff. And they still, I don't know. I felt like they knew she was probably already, she came in hot for sure. And they were like, okay,
And
we know she
Erica,
upset.
you
We're
know
just
why she
going to
came
set
in
her
hot?
off.
Because you know why she came in hot? Because all these cast members, they are usually given a few episodes prior to the reunion, so you're preparing yourself. So you know what you're dealing with. That's why she came in hot, because she watched the 2 or 3 whatever episodes they were given, the cast was given to prepare
Right.
them for the reunion. So she knew what she was getting herself into. She knew why she was calling out for Koshia and this fake ass
Mika,
what?
Mika,
Mika.
Mika.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yes.
And that was another thing. The disagreement was between Koshia and Alexis. Like,
Mika
I don't
and
even see
herself.
how, Mika, why are you even here? Like, what is that beef even about? You know what I'm saying? And so I think a lot of the women rubbed, Alexis rubbed them the wrong way. So they just didn't offer her any support.
Why is Alexis rubbing you in the wrong way? Why is Alexis rubbing anybody, any woman, some type of way? Alexis over here, you
Well,
supporting
I mean,
herself.
well, yeah,
She doesn't have
we
anybody
only know what
else.
they show us. We only know what they show us, so we don't know what happens behind the scenes.
And what we see is, but Sean, what we see is a girl who does not have anybody else defending her.
Yeah, true.
It is
True.
her and her alone. In fact, even the guy William or Will, who is always a friend of hers, she always, even when it came, he was trying to tell her, what, come on, let's go. She was attacking him. So clearly, she felt she was alone in the situation.
Now, I am glad that they did not show the clip with Koshia telling her when she deliberately messed up Koshia's name, and she said, "No, my name is Koshia." And then she said, "Well, whatever." Then she said, "Well, look, I can't help that you built like a 12-year-old boy, And then she said, "Oh, but if I get up and slap the bee in the mouth, then she gonna think I did it wrong." So, And then that might have been a different dynamic, because I think she and LaRon would just argue back and forth, but she wanted to fight Mika for some reason last night. Look what we saw last night. Because she said, "No, you can get in." She was reaching over there, and that's when security grabbed her, keep her from going over there to Mika.
Well, I mean, Mika kept saying comments, and I'm like, why does Mika have an issue with her? So Mika was like, why the people who left earliest got the most? It's like Mika was saying some slick stuff, right? So I think at that point, I'm like, but really, you had gotten into it, Koshia. I don't know why Mika, because she's Koshia's friend, feel like she got to get into this fight. Like, it seemed like the men and the women were ganging up on Alexis, even though she did obviously totally lose control. So, it's just too bad that she let them get her to that point, really,
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I felt bad that there was nobody out of all these people. There's nobody who really, especially a female, who came to, tell her, what, it's okay. Nobody came over there. It's just the guy with the fake chains. And I'm like,
he said the guy with the fake chains. Some people just don't have that. Some people let other people trigger them. For instance, like when Mika, when Tommy had the comment before that about said, guess who said this? This person said that William is real tall and goofy, and look like a giraffe and something like that. and kind of found out it was April that said that. And then Tommy asked
Yes.
William, he said, well, how do you feel about it? He said, man, it's just jokes. It's just jokes. I don't get upset
Right.
about it.
Right.
So, some people can think about it that way versus, and she April did apologize to him. She said, look,
Yeah.
I apologize to you, and that's from further noticing, and
I have to tell you this after this. It's him and his one tooth missing and him leaving his mama. I'm like, I'm dead. I'm dead. Did you see that on YouTube?
I think
Well,
she
now-
said that he had more than one teeth missing.
Which one, Lamar?
Yeah.
Yes, more.
And him living with his mama.
I saw him last night. I don't know how many teeth. I wasn't looking at his mouth like that. So I talked to him last night. I talked to him at the party last night. So I don't know how many teeth he was. But he's a good time. He's a good time guy. He's got good time guy. Got a whole lot of
Wait.
energy.
So you see? So Sean.
Wait, Sean, so you didn't notice the teeth?
I wasn't looking at his mouth. I wasn't looking at his mouth like that. No.
I wouldn't either.
I mean, sometimes when you show angles, it's different when you get a front tooth missing versus a side
I
tooth.
know. And it was
Sean,
dark.
you're a blogger now. You got to do better, baby. You got to do better. You got to at least, if somebody is snaggletooth, if somebody is rumored to be allegedly snaggletooth, we need you. You're our eyes and ears on the ground.
Exactly. You got to
You're our eyes and ears. We need you to double check on the snaggletooth-ness. Because he should have gotten some checks.
I just know. Well, I just know when I spoke to him, he's a fun time guy. He's a high energy guy. He said, "Hey, look, I'm just here to have a good time or what have you." He's a good time guy. He's a good time.
Well, that's certainly true. He does.
But in other words, did he have a Colgate smile or not?
He must not have been smiling, because Sean, I feel like you would have noticed a missing tooth. I feel like you would.
I think I would have noticed that had he had a side tooth missing, a front tooth missing versus a side tooth missing. Because I
Right.
saw the side of his face. I was talking to him face to face, but not to his side. I know that. So
Sean.
I won't look at in his mouth.
And- And you know what? We have to show him some grace because he did get some paychecks from the show. So maybe he did get his teeth fixed. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
they do make some money. So hopefully he spent that money on his teeth.
Yeah, he could have.
I mean, I
would.
How about him?
Glenn.
He wasn't there last night, but
Yeah. But
they had to give him his 15. They had to give him his 15 seconds of fame too. So, I think he was overwhelmed and anxious and had anxiety, what have you. And to say, look, we're gonna give you the opportunity to let the mixer come to you. I don't know I don't think that was Tommy's idea. I think that was a production idea to fill the time and the space, what have you, to give him the opportunity like everybody else had. I don't know.
I also think the production decided to do it because they didn't have no real connections, and then
There was
zero.
zero. Exactly. There was no substance in the first part of the reunion. Zero.
Because
you're not
what
gonna
I'm
talk
saying?
about-
Like, I think
him.
I think Mika and Justin are kind of fake.
Talking.
Yeah, so
you?
at
What
this
about
point,
you?
it's like
Erica.
we got all these leftovers, so why not see if you can come up with something? Because it's like
Erica.
nobody's
What
missing.
about Erica, what about him and his Jeep? What about him
And his what?
Jeep? His Jeep was not running, and so he called the girl.
Okay, no, wait a minute. First of all, what was he wearing? Where did he get that? Whose draperies did he use to make that suit? I am so confused. Like that suit was crazy.
Sammy Davis Jr.
Okay, you're not gonna talk about Sammy Davis like that. You need to pull up all of Sammy Davis, because even Sammy Davis, like, this is 2024. Those were different times. You need to. We can't even put Sammy Davis in this. This just, I don't know.
But you know what? For real, I think if I give you the key to my place, that means you have access to my place. key means access and control. So sometimes people with a key, they're not going to ask you, well, what time can I come over? If I got a key, that's almost like implied that I can come over anytime I want to.
It is implied, but anybody with common courtesy knows you don't just pop up at somebody's house. Like, that's rude.
Hey,
any grown person in their 40s.
Okay.
Not in high school.
You said the key word. You said the key word.
Listen,
it's common courtesy.
I'm going to say
what's the key word?
Common sense ain't so common anymore. So the idea is that if you're popping up at 10:30 at night stalking me, the idea you must automatically have security issues thinking that I'm going to be doing wrong. Number one.
Okay. That's what I say.
But I think it's the dynamic of the older woman, younger man.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I think that's what it is. The dynamic of the older woman, younger man. And like I said on Kamisha's channel earlier today, I think the idea is that I bet you she had a key to his place, but he doesn't have a key to her place. He probably don't even know where she lives.
Okay, so yeah, a couple things. One, I think he gave her the key, but he didn't really care. You know what I mean? Like it meant more to her than it did to him. Secondly, I think that I don't know if it has to do with, because I don't feel like it's such a huge, I mean, they do have a decent size, so it's not like she's 20 years older than him. You know what I mean? So I see your point, but I feel like it's when you're dating somebody, you get a feeling and you go with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a little bit older, you don't feel that way. You know, if you're used to reaching somebody and all of a sudden they missing. You know what I'm saying? So now let me use the key, but let me take a different car. Like, obviously she was thinking something. She suspected something, and it could be because he was so young, or it could be because he be lying. That could also be it. So she's like, let me pop up. And so that's the thing, it's just like, I think Maud or whoever was saying earlier, if you look through somebody's phone, you're going to find what you're looking for, because what is making you look?
If you're in a relationship and you feel like you have to keep checking on somebody, that's not a relationship anymore. I don't want to be in a relationship where I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so insecure. I'm going to have to be checking on, what is he doing? Where is he going? That's too much stress.
Mean, he gave her the key.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why she took it. Because I'm like, girl, you barely liked him at the end of the last show. Like, now you ready to take his key? Come on now. You talked about you ain't been in an apartment in 15 years. Like, she was having a good time. Basically, they were having fun, booty calls, friends with benefits or whatever. And then he gave her this key. But she knew when he gave her the key, 3 days later, she's popping up because she thinking something. She already knew he wasn't ready for all of that, even though he may have said that. And so for her to even, like, girl, come on, you knew what he was on. You should have just kept it casual, and then your feelings wouldn't have been hurt.
Yeah.
Alonzo,
I know some. This doesn't apply to every woman, but some women, if you give them a key to your place, they will. If they're not stable enough, they may secretly try to. I shouldn't say secretly. They will slowly move in on you. They'll leave little stuff at your place.
Right, but remember, she owns a home, so she ain't doing that. Because I'm surprised she even used the key. She only used the key because she thought he was cheating. Because I know she's probably looking like, my place is better than this. Because that's how she was acting.
Probably so. And sometimes you get inquisitive to see really what's going on.
Right, exactly. No, I agree with you. Some women do. You give them a key, and then all of a sudden every day they leaving a different item. So I agree, women do that, but the way she was acting, like she was too good to be at this apartment. So I definitely feel like the only reason why she went over there, she wasn't going over there to give him none. She was going over there because she had a feeling and was trying to bust him out. And so she was able to do that.
And that's the problem with a guy like him. He has no children. You're not going to tell me a black man in this country, he's going to date somebody in their late, somewhat mid 40s. So, the ovaries are already compromised. Okay. Your mama wants grandchildren. Don't come over here acting like, oh my gosh, I've fallen in love with this woman. Now, first of all, this woman is not Michelle Obama. Okay, so then we know if it's Michelle Obama, we can compromise. Okay, this is a woman who has a taxi Uber job in Texas. All right. And
Wait a
so-
minute, and don't forget now, she's also a masseuse, so she be rubbing LaRon's feet, is my understanding.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
yeah,
what are
that's
we
the other
doing?
thing. Now that's the other thing. Now,
What are we
when
doing
did that
here?
happen? When did that happen? So, I think sometimes this just mean sometimes people will deflect on you that you're doing something because I'm trying to keep my tracks, keep it from off me, you know. So I don't know whether
And
you
then,
know.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
I
he has-
feel like it was something happened, but I agree, Sean. I feel like some of it is kind of an act. Because I'm like, girl, you barely liked him to begin with. You were looking for any excuse. You found a good one, but I'm not totally convinced, Yeah, you're right. Why are you over there rubbing LaRon's feet? Like, I'm sorry. I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
Alonzo
you know.
probably has a lot of keys in his drawers, in his drawers. He passed them out to all of them. She's not the only one that has.
You get a key. You get a key. You get a
You
key.
get a key. You get a key. Well, what happened?
It's Oprah over here.
Exactly.
Sean.
Or he took it from the last girl and gave it to her, one or the other.
Yeah, he probably frequently changed his locks too. But my grandmother says when you go looking for something, you're gonna find it.
You're
And
gonna
that's
find it. You're gonna find what you're looking for.
what she did. You know.
I mean, because I was going with this young lady one time, and I mean, we weren't living together or nothing like that, but I would come on. I said, "Man, where the world?" She left her body wash at my place. I said, "Hold on." You know, and I was like, what the world is this? The body wash, this here. And one day she said, I found a pair of panties under your bed. I said, who wears a size 6 panties? I said, I don't know. She said, I found a pair of panties. I said, now how in the world did you know to look under my bed to find a pair of panties? What have you?
Because that's where she was going to leave her stuff, and then she found some stuff that was already there.
Yeah. I said, don't nobody live here but me. And you gonna tell me there was a size 6 pair of panties under my bed? How you gonna look under my bed, find a pair of panties? What made you look under my bed? You know.
And some women plant things in
That's what I'm saying. I said they must
Yeah,
be yours.
but here's the thing. You cannot leave nothing valuable, because I've left some cute earrings and you're not going to see them again. So it has to be something like a bobby pin, body wash, some panties that you're not attached to. It has to be something that you don't care if you see it again, because it's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
I can't.
And more than likely it was her. More than likely it was hers. And she never owned it to that day. We're not together more, thank God. But she never owned it that they were hers. I said they must be yours, because I don't know whose they could be. Because ain't no woman been here but you. I mean, you've been over here to see me.
She was trying to catch
you. A pair of panties under my bed for what?
That's right, Sean. All the way to the end. It wasn't me. That's what Eddie Murphy said. Stick with it. It was not you.
It's not me until you come and tap me on my shoulder.
Shoot.
You tap me on my shoulder. Then
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I'm on the camera, right? It wasn't me, Shaggy. All right, Shaggy. Yeah, it wasn't me. But yeah. I said, no, I ain't got the time and energy, because
Sean, I thought you can do better than that, Sean. Come on now.
Yeah. So,
hey,
Sean.
yes, ma'am. What's that?
Is it me, or does
Wasn't me.
Alonzo make her look older to me? I mean, he kind of makes her look older.
Oh, Jesus.
What? Well, I mean, number one, we're only going by what they say the ages are on the show. She might be a little bit older. Who knows? Just like for sure. I thought for sure watching the DC.
I'm saying visually looking at her. I'm not saying she looks old, but he
Hmm.
makes her.
I mean, from watching the Potomac season, because I would have sworn that P.O. was older than 48. I said he definitely older than 48. You know, this better be about 50 something. You know, when I know that the auditions are anywhere from the age of 30 to 50. You know, so either A, they would decrease your age a bit to fit into the narrative of the show,
Right, and for
or
Breed,
they'll increase it a bit to have you just old enough to get in, you know, be in the show, what
yeah,
have you. So
And
I
then
don't know, she
also
might
keep
be
in
older than.
mind, like they say, black don't crack. But then when you look at like LaRon, you do a lot of drinking, that's gonna age you quick.
It
yeah.
will.
It
It
might
will
not
definitely do.
crack, but it'll start working.
Yeah. So I
I
don't
just
know.
don't understand why. I don't understand why Laurent thinks that he carried the show. Okay, I don't get that part. I also I think the second part of the reunion is gonna be a whole lot of substance. I think this part of the reunion was a whole lot of
Well,
drama.
I
And
ain't gonna
then,
tell you what happens at the second part.
oh, Sean, can you tell us? Sean, come over here. Can you speak to
I mean,
us about
I don't know what happened, but I
why you did?
I
You
know
were
it was
there.
something that happened. I know something that happened, you know, um, about the second part, you know. What have you.
Sean, go ahead and speak.
Well, you know, just go ahead. You know, Vanessa and Dominique are together.
They are together right now.
Vanessa and Dominique, yeah. So yeah, so and
Okay.
then
Exclusive.
allegedly,
You're
quote
saying
allegedly, Patrice, who was with Alonzo, was messing with William at the same time. William, the tall comedian guy. Yeah. So
yeah,
hey,
yeah, yeah. But okay, so but then what's his name? Chaz said that he's engaged. Who is he
yeah,
engaged to?
I don't know
Who?
who's it. I never asked him that. Last night. But here's the other thing. Now, here's the other thing. Somebody else and I were talking this. I fell into the narrative that he didn't have any children, but he has a son.
I thought he did not have any kid because the kid died at some
He has
point.
a son. I mean, I'm not saying that to disparage him, and this is public knowledge, you know, what have you. You know, he's a friend of mine, but yeah, he has a son. So hey, you know. So I mean, but we bought into narrative that, you know, that this one child passed and that he didn't have any children. Oh man, this man's 47 years old, never been married, no children, what have you. What's wrong with him?
Yes.
But they never said he didn't have any children. We thought he did. We assumed he didn't because one child had passed. But the idea is that he does have a son. His son is a grown man. His son was there last night at the party. So, you know, hey. So I mean, but you know,
How old is the son?
I don't know how old the son. I don't know. I didn't ask, but he had to be at least 21 to get in last night. So I'm sure he's over that. So he's a good guy. He's a good guy. I mean, I wouldn't trade him for the gold. I mean, like I said, we're friends. What have you? He's a good friend of mine, and but you know, he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
So he was on the show all these weeks and never mentioned a full-grown son.
No.
Listen to me. Jesus, take that away. We over here as viewers, you know, feel some type of way because the son died at some point, isn't it? As a viewer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't they go off on Jonathan because he didn't talk about his baby mama versus his ex-wife, but then here Chaz has got a whole son and he just don't mention it to nobody, none of his 11 connections.
Well, I guess it probably doesn't come out during filming. It might have been talked about off screen. I'm not sure. I don't know if it did or not. I'm not sure. And it's just something that, I mean, because what I understand from this show and other shows, that some things are not made for the TV audience and what have you. Some things are edited out, what have you, and some things are put in, like certain questions that are production induced questions, what have you, induced dialogue or what have you. So that probably was never put into the dialogue. Notice that most of the men were not asked, do you want children? Because it's maybe like the onus is on the woman. Do you want children? Not that the man, okay. Sometimes the man would chime in, well, I don't want children. Or be like Dominique, well, I want 2 to 10. you know, and that was probably production as well, you know, because I don't know too many
So,
men that would say, I want 2 to 10
so
children.
are you
You know?
telling us right at this point that Dominique is with Vanessa?
And that's what I'm telling you. And I'm sure it's
You
going to
know
come
what?
out this week.
They
Yeah,
deserve each
you know,
other.
because you remember at the end of every second reunion, they always say, well, you know, anybody got a chance? Has anybody found love or what have you? You got your chance to shoot your shot now, blah, 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 blah. And so I'm sure that's when it's going to come out. You know, because see, from what I understand is that, you know, because Dominique is from Nashville and he had, you know, he's in the art gallery and all that, and that Vanessa was there with him at the art gallery, you know, at the premiere of the art gallery. Same night, they had the premiere over here in the Dallas Fort Worth area for the show. So maybe, you know.
Did Chaz bring a date to the party, Sean?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Who is he? Is he engaged?
He said he's engaged. That's what he says. He's engaged. He's found
Did
love.
he say
That's
the
what he said.
name?
He didn't say a name. I didn't press him like that. I don't believe in pressing no one like that. So if
I
you
feel like
freely
I
give
know.
it,
I
you
feel like I know who it
freely
is.
give it, you know, freely offer it. I'm not gonna sit there and press you for it, you know, what have you.
Yeah, I
So
feel like
he and I said he and I friends, what have you. I don't have anything against him. He doesn't have anything against me. I'm not taking up for him or what have you. How he was edited and the narrative they portrayed him in, what have you. It's just that, you know, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. You know, and sometimes, you know, you could be a butthole and they paint you that way on TV. You know, or you could be a straight up guy and they could paint you as a square, you know. So it just depends on how they paint the narrative they decide to paint. Just like, you know, when they give these people fake jobs. I'm an entrepreneur, you know. Entrepreneur of what? You know, they give you a job, you know, they give you a job that they put down under your name. So just let things like that they do it to make the show go forth, you know.
Do you think it's gonna the part 2 is gonna be even more interesting?
I'm waiting to see how, if Alexis did leave and how they calmed her down if she did not leave.
You think she came back?
I mean, because there's some. I mean, she is not like she is. It's not like she's Demonte who was left on the first night, or Patricia who was eliminated on the first night. It's not like that. So she does play a part in the integral part in the storyline. So I don't believe that they're finished with her. I don't believe they're finished with her.
I think she left and she's gone.
I mean, the only person I've seen do like that was Zoe from the Miami season. When Zoe said, "Look, that's all I got money to make. I got money to make. I'm going. And he left and didn't come back. You know, so I don't think she'll pull that number. I don't think she'll pull that number. I don't think she'll get them satisfaction.
You think she's gonna come back?
Say what now? I think she is. I think she's gonna come back.
Erica, what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I hope she comes back because I think that would be, you know, I think that she needs to kind of revamp herself or whatever. So it'd be nice for her to calm down and kind of just come back and, you know, present better. But so I don't know, because it seems, you know, people flip out and then maybe Will goes outside, or maybe one of the producers who actually messes with her goes outside and tries to talk to her, like someone who actually is like halfway nice to the girl. So yeah, I would hope she does. So I'm 50-50. I'm not really sure. I mean, she did more. She was there for a little bit longer than some of the other people, but I'm like, we also don't really need to rehash her stuff. We could just get to Vanessa and Chaz and LaRon and Maya or whatever. Like, I don't even. So yeah, I don't.
Because you know, they didn't talk to Maya.
Right. So I don't think. Yeah. So I don't feel like Alexis has to come back. I would hope that she would, but she doesn't really need to, because, you know, her little issues were the people she had beef with. That's probably that was most of the basically the whole first episode was about her. So you know, we really don't need her to you know, I mean, it would be nice for her to come back and apologize, but other than that,
even the beef even the beef that she had was like superficial. We never watched that throughout the process. You know what I mean? So I am like, what's the beef here? You know, what's the beef?
I mean, the
Um,
issue was with Koshia and LaRon, and she told them both off. So at this point, I mean, the only reason why I think she should come back if she wanted to would just be so she's not just out here a crazy chick or whatever. Because I think
she's
I think
crazy. She's like,
she did go
she's
off.
like,
So not
you want to see
so
my crazy? I'm gonna give you my crazy. She's like,
right,
she's
right.
like,
So I think for that reason, come back because she coaches people and
she's
she's a
like,
referee and stuff. So like this could impact her business,
wait, she's
overall, like
refereeing.
yeah, her career and stuff. So I'm like, so I would do it for those
She's
reasons,
like,
but in terms of the actual storyline, we don't really need it
excuse
because it's like,
me.
that's it.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because there are a
And
few
this is
people that you really don't need to hear. DeMonte and Patricia and probably April. Like the coldest turned down I heard last night watching the reunion was Laylan. Tommy said, "Well, there are plenty of single men around here. You want to? Is anybody you interested?" Said, nope, I'm good. Nope. So, Layla said, "I know. I already peeped this out. I ain't none of these guys. What have you." So, I mean, it's interesting. So, I think they have some unfinished things with Alexis, like probably the whole Jonathan issue. When they were saying truth or sexy. Um, you
I
know,
did like the confessional booths that they were having at the reunion. That
oh
was
yeah.
cute. That was something
So,
different.
you know. So I mean, you never really know how the cast feel about you until you listen to the confessional booths and all that, and like what have you.
Mm-hmm,
When they,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and I don't know if they should
It's
air
gonna be
those or not.
interesting.
I'm
I
quite sure
have
it
to tell
creates
you
creative
guys,
tension.
yeah, I'm gonna be way more engaged
So what
with
now?
Philadelphia. I'm gonna be way more engaged with the Philadelphia cast. It's like 30 minutes away from my
Now
house.
that might be worse than
So
DF.
that's gonna be
I got
fun.
a feeling that's gonna be worse than Philadelphia. I mean, went that DFW. I got a feeling that's gonna be worse. Yo, between Ready to Love being in Philadelphia and Married at First Sight going to Chicago, I don't know which one's
Okay.
gonna be worse. I don't know which one's gonna be worse. I don't know which one's gonna be worse.
I don't know, but
Not saying that the
this is
people
gonna
in
No,
be
Philly and
fun.
Chicago don't know how to act,
Chicago's
but
gonna
I
be
don't know.
good. Chicago's gonna be good.
Yeah, but
Well, but
the
we don't have any
interesting thing
Chicago
about it is
coming
that
up, do we?
the interesting thing about it
Do
is
we?
that when
But do
you
we
look
have
at it,
any Chicago coming up?
He was saying
oh,
Married at First
Chicago getting
Sight.
Married at First Sight. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited about Philadelphia. I am gonna be the today. Kamisha
Well,
was like,
you
"Oh
got
my gosh,
you probably gonna have people from Camden, New Jersey up there. People from
yeah."
Camden. And Camden is a whole
Buffalo.
different animal from Newark.
Oh my God, it's gonna be.
Camden is a whole different animal from Newark.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna be in that watch party. I'm gonna be there for sure, for sure, for sure. But overall, I feel like this has been a ghetto episode because people come with. We are not see when this show started. We were talking about, oh my gosh, is that a real connection? Is really that a real connection? But right now we're talking about people's fake chains. We're talking about people who don't even have their finances together, and I'm like, this is no longer rich love.
It
It's
is
like
reality.
Yes.
Quote unquote TV. We
This
know
is
it's
the
TV.
worst. This is the worst.
We know it's TV, but is it reality, quote unquote? And think about it.
yes,
How does TV thrive? TV thrives off what? Ratings. That's what keeps people filling out the
it's drama.
Coliseums. Their drama. That's what keeps people filling out the Coliseum. They know wrestling is scripted. Some of the moves are real. A lot of it's fake. The storylines are fake.
That's true.
But it keeps the people in the seats. It
That's
keeps
true.
the liquor flowing. It keeps the people watching because it's scripted,
It's true.
and it's billed as reality.
It's true.
Remember,
I agree.
Remember, they changed it from World Wrestling Federation to World Wrestling Entertainment.
Mm.
WWF to WWE.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it became entertainment. It's
Mhm.
always been fake, but it's now more, okay, we need to do something to create some more entertainment. What have you.
That's true. And that's why you see networks like Zeus, the cast is making way more money.
Oh, yeah. Well, and then, of course, my whole question has been, who is going to get the come up after this season? Who's going to get the come up? Because think about it. Clifton and Joy got to come up from Carlos King after their season of Ready to Love. They replaced Chris and Monique Samuels.
They sure did.
What's the name? Bless his heart. He's been looking for love for a long time. Ready to Love Atlanta City. Brent was on Kirk Franklin the One, and he was on something else, and he's been around for a while. Still ain't found love yet.
I saw that Melody's ex-husband, what's his name?
Who's that? Who's the ex-husband?
Martell.
Yeah. He's in the
Martell.
mental hospital.
Wow.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
The guy is messed up.
So
I'm telling you,
sometimes people use that for a come up, what have you. So
this is not fun. Listen,
Yeah.
I don't care. I do not care if I was married to my ex and my husband right now is my current husband. If my husband was going through some mental issues, I don't care whether it's my ex-husband, but I have 4 children with this man. I would quit social media to make sure that the father of my children is good. This is why I say Melody is so evil.
Yeah.
It's so evil. How are you gonna continue making money on social media, selling stuff, when you know the father of your children is really suffering mentally? And you can punish him as much as you want because he cheated on you and a kid was born in the situation. But my goodness, how heartless can you be? How heartless can you be? Because listen, if I was going to divorce my husband, I would rather divorce him and I know he is mentally good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that I don't be on this social media street making him, because he's already been attacked in so many ways because he cheated on you.
Mm-hmm.
And you have been successful. It's like Ariana of Vanderpump Rules. She has made lots and lots of money from a boyfriend, not even a husband to be, but a boyfriend cheated on her. She's in Broadway. She's doing all these things. She's in Love Island. She's making money out of the situation. But what about him?
Yeah.
You have 4 children with.
Yeah.
The guy is in a mental hospital, psychiatric hospital.
Yes.
I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand it because I don't care how much money you're making.
Well,
It's not about the money. That right now is about the 4 children that you share with this guy. And who has, because listen, everybody who has watched Love and Marriage, Huntsville, we have said, everybody has said, he cheated on his wife, but he's a good dad. When you say he's a good dad, then you know he has had so much impact on those children. And if he has to go to a mental hospital, you already know the kids have been affected in some type of way.
Maybe that's her boundary. Maybe she don't want to cross that. When some people are done, there's a such separation,
But Mimi, what about the kids who are involved in it?
The kids involved. The kids are not in the mental institution. The dad is.
But daddy is no longer able to bring me to my tennis player practice. Daddy is no longer part of this because daddy is in an institution.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see that.
Try to explain, but she doesn't. I see 2 sides of it. You can't expect her to be there for him in that way because she's no longer married to him. So she
I
doesn't
don't
really.
I don't expect oh, Sean left. I don't expect her to be there for him. I expect her to be there for the children.
She can't really be there for the children because that's a
These
separate.
are your children though.
Children versus ex-wife. She's not being there for him out of the children. No. If that was the case, she would stay married to him for the children.
No, you don't have to stay there married. I'm just like, you know what, Mimi, I'm just like, oh, Erica left. But I'm like, you know what? These are our kids. If the father, your dad, I want your dad to be mentally stable to take care of you guys, because dad did all ABC and D to me, but dad was very good to you guys. Dad was never an issue when it comes to taking care of you. Dad was making hair. Come on, Erica.
Oh, sorry about
You
that.
know, yeah.
I mean,
But
if
I'm
it's
saying,
possible to continue a
but is
relationship
it
like
possible?
that, but
But
it's
Mimi,
possible.
is it possible though, Mimi, to be a bad husband and a good dad to the children? It's a question I have for you. Is it possible?
Yeah, I think it's possible. Some people
And that's what
are
I'm
more.
saying.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
but
a good dad. He was not a good husband, but he was a good dad.
yes.
Don't you agree, Erica?
Well, I'm in the middle. I feel like you can be a good dad. However, if you're such a bad husband that it impacts your family overall, then then you do have some dad issues. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like now you have this side child, like you just have too much going on, and your kids are getting of an age, at least the older kids, where they can see what's on the internet, So it's like, meanwhile, you have your wife, the two youngest kids between your wife and your girlfriend. There's not that big of a gap, like he just did some things where, of course, it's going to impact your children. And more importantly, you destroyed your relationship with the wife, because I don't know what he did and didn't do, but she accused him of a lot of very harsh things. So the question now becomes, okay, even if you're nice to your kids, if you put your hands on your wife, then you're not a good dad. Like you're not. So I think it's in between there. And I think because of the things he's done, he's used up his grace with her. And so that's just unfortunate, because now you need it, but you ain't got it because you burned that bridge.
Mimi?
And some people, they think that, forgiving a person, meaning that you have to, do things or continue that same relationship. But no, if that's her boundary, to be within a certain distance within the parenting their kids together, that's her choice. Like Erica said, those bridges are burned. There's no reconciliation on that part. There's no whatever.
So then do we leave the kids to suffer?
But how are they suffering?
Because they know dad is in a mental situation.
You saying dad is not her. That's on his end. God give us two parents, mother and dad. He has to fulfill his part of the parenting, and so does her
mom.
And all she can do, I agree in that she needs to be there for the kids and hold them up, because obviously if he's being evaluated or if he's spiraling or whatever, then she needs to be there for her kids, because she's the only parent that they have. But I don't know what more she needs to do for him, because he got a full second family that should be supporting him, right? So, but I don't think she should trash him or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened between them is between them. I think that's in the best interest of the children. But like, so much of what's going on is on TV. So there is not going to be too long before they can find out for themselves. So there's no sense in like faking and shaking because they're going to find out anyway.
Right.
But
It's
you
just
know,
sad.
she shouldn't badmouth him though, for sure, because that's wrong. I do believe that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let them find out and make their own decision about what kind of dad he is, because really they're the ones who decide, okay,
That's
did you
true.
hurt my mom so much that it hurt me, or were you always there for me, but you, because to me he does have daughters, so it's like to be out there as a womanizer and doing all this other stuff and think that eventually as your daughters come of age it's not going to affect them. He's going to have to deal with it eventually. Hopefully he'll be mature enough to kind of handle it, because I think he kind of feels like, oh, I'm making money, it should have just been all good, and that's not the case, you know.
I
But
don't
I don't
even
think
think he's making any money.
well, yeah, like, yeah, now he ain't making no money either, but you know, I mean, I just hope. I actually like Martell mostly, but I just feel like, you know, you burned the bridge.
Yeah.
You need to just to me, he's still not. He's just not very humble. So it's like you
Humble
just,
enough. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's like, okay, you were wrong, so get over it. And he's so like, you know, he just kept it going for a lot longer. I don't know if it was production or his own ego or whatever, but it's like, had he kind of let it go and approached, like that one time when they went on that trip to Florida as a family with their mothers and stuff, that was kind of a cute trip until he invited folks over, but that was kind of cute. She was kind of, you know, in a different room. He made a few little flirts, but I felt like he was mostly respecting her boundaries. And it's like, if you just continued down that path, maybe y'all would eventually get to be friends. But but hopefully he's not in there forever.
All right. I
You know,
hope so. I really hope so.
You know, sometimes, you know, as time goes on, things change. And normally, you know, someone said that's how the cookie crumbles. And, you know, when the wife doesn't want, or, you know, the home is broken up, then everything else falls apart. That out there, the side piece is gone too. So that doesn't last forever either. So whenever
Yeah,
after the
because
latest things and everything has gone, and then you have nobody don't want you like that. You know, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree.
So listen, it's sad because we, you know, the three of us, we are talking about, you know, kids, and you know, we are girls. We understand, you know, that situation. It's not like men giving a perspective in the situation. We understand, you know, we are sisters. We know what that takes. Anywho, and this is gonna be interesting. I feel like the first part of the reunion, there was nothing much of a substance. I feel like we're gonna have more substance in the second reunion, because I see April talking about the guy with no teeth, one tooth, and lives with mama. Child.
April coming for people too. I think
She
the whole
said,
class is just
she
petty
said,
and just
she was like, you know what, fix your tooth, and you know what, why are you living with your mama?
He said, why don't you pay for it? And she said,
Yeah, she was like, she's like, I'm not paying for
But
shit.
yeah, I agree. I think the next episode will be,
It's more substance.
yeah, it'll be a little bit more interesting.
This
And
was
I'm
just
curious
drama.
to see who Chaz is engaged to, because that's crazy.
He's not gonna tell us who it is. I don't think he's gonna tell us who it is, because even I was asking Kamisha today, I said, who is he engaged to? Even Kamisha does not, like, he was giving a politically correct answer. So I don't know. He's just a jokers. Why don't you just say, you know, if you're saying that you have a wedding date, then you can tell us who you're engaged to. I don't think he's gonna tell us who he's engaged to.
I guess we'll see. We'll see. Once the second reunion hits, he'll start doing all his interviews. So
Right.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, you guys. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you, Chica.
Bye. Wait,
Bye.
I will see you with Summer House.
Yep.
Mhm.
Martha's Vineyard. Yep.
Mother's Vineyard.
All right. Have a good
All right,
night.
see you on Tuesday. All right, bye-bye.
Okay, cool.
Mimi,
Bye
thank
bye.
you for stopping by, babe. I love you.
Yes, love you too.
Thank you for
Bye.
stopping by. Bye. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. It is your girl, Mother from Mama, the undisputed Africa Queen. Subscribe, like, share. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye, everybody.